Most people think powerful leaders create order. They don't. They prepare for the moment order disappears. That sounds like a contradiction, but history keeps proving it. The leader who needs everything to go according to plan is not powerful. He is protected by circumstances. Remove the protection. Introduce uncertainty. Delay the information. Change one critical variable. And suddenly, the person who looked completely in control has no idea what to do next. Carl von Clausewitz understood this long before modern business, artificial intelligence, financial markets, or social media existed. He studied war, because war exposes something ordinary life allows us to hide: weakness. Not physical weakness, strategic weakness. The inability to think when the map becomes useless. And here is where things become uncomfortable. The most dangerous moment for a leader may not be a crisis. It may be a period of perfect stability, because stability can make incompetence look like genius. A CEO can appear brilliant while the market is growing. A politician can appear decisive while public opinion is predictable. A commander can appear fearless while every piece of intelligence confirms his expectations. But what happens when the information is wrong? What happens when the enemy refuses to behave rationally? What happens when the plan you've spent years building becomes worthless in a single afternoon? There is a reason Clausewitz placed so much importance on friction. The invisible force that turns simple plans into chaos. And we're going to uncover three things. Why intelligent leaders secretly prepare for disorder. Why the most efficient systems can become the easiest to break. And finally, the deeper principle Clausewitz reveals about power. The one that explains why some people become stronger when everything around them begins to collapse. Because the greatest leader is not the person who can control chaos. It is the person who remains dangerous when chaos takes control. And once you understand why, you may never look at power the same way again. Number 1. The leaders who fear chaos most. The strongest leader in the room is not always the person who looks calm. Sometimes it is the person who is terrified of what happens when order disappears. Most people believe powerful leaders create certainty. Clausewitz understood something darker. Power is often built because certainty is impossible. War exposes this brutally. Plans collapse. Information arrives late. People panic. Small mistakes become disasters. And the person who survives is rarely the one with the perfect plan. It is the one who prepared for the plan to fail. Think about modern business. An executive launches a new product believing the market will behave predictably. Then a competitor uses AI to release something better in 3 weeks. Customers disappear. Employees panic. Investors react. Suddenly, the real competition is no longer about the product. It is about who can remain functional while everyone else becomes emotional. But here's the first secret. Disorder does not automatically destroy power. Sometimes disorder reveals who actually possesses it. And that raises a more disturbing question. What if the people you consider powerful are only powerful while everything goes according to plan? Because once the environment changes, their authority may disappear with it. Number 2. Order is more fragile than you think. Civilization creates a dangerous illusion. It makes stability feel natural. Your phone works. Money moves instantly. Traffic lights coordinate thousands of strangers. A company can operate across continents because invisible systems make cooperation appear effortless. But beneath that surface is a mountain of dependencies. Remove one critical connection, and the entire structure can begin to shake. Clausewitz's study of war revolved around this reality. Conflict introduces what he called friction, the countless small difficulties that prevent theoretical plans from becoming reality. A commander may know exactly what should happen. That does not mean it will happen. A bridge is damaged. A messenger arrives late. A unit misunderstands an order. Weather changes. An enemy behaves irrationally. None of these events alone seems decisive. Together, they can destroy an entire strategy. Modern technology has not eliminated friction. It has multiplied its speed. One viral post can destabilize a company overnight. One software failure can interrupt thousands of businesses. One misleading piece of information can move markets before the truth catches up. The twist is that sophisticated systems can sometimes become more fragile precisely because they are more efficient. And if efficiency creates fragility, then the smartest leaders may need to prepare for something efficiency cannot solve. Number 3. The first battle happens inside the mind. When uncertainty arrives, people do something predictable. They search for certainty. They want someone to explain what is happening. They want a villain. They want a plan. They want reassurance. This is why crisis creates opportunities for authority. Not because people suddenly become weak, but because uncertainty increases the psychological value of structure. Imagine a company suffering a catastrophic data breach. 2 executives respond. The first says, "We have everything under control." The second says, "We don't know the full extent yet. Here is what we know, here is what we are investigating, and here is what happens next." The second leader appears less certain. Yet employees may trust them more. Why? Because honest uncertainty can feel more stable than false certainty. This is one of the hidden lessons inside Clausewitz's world. War punishes commanders who confuse desire with reality. The battlefield does not care what you expected. Reality gets the final vote. Social media works the same way. People who desperately need to appear certain often become predictable. And predictable people are easier to pressure. But there is another layer. If uncertainty changes how people think, then the ability to remain mentally organized inside uncertainty becomes a form of power. And that becomes important when the environment stops giving you time to think. Number 4. When the plan dies. Picture a commander receiving a message at dawn. The enemy has moved. The position that was supposed to be secure is exposed. The original plan is now useless. He has 2 choices. He can protect the plan, or he can protect the objective. Those are not the same thing. This distinction appears everywhere today. A startup spends 18 months building a product. Then generative AI changes the market. The founders face a psychological trap. They have invested too much identity, money, and reputation into the original strategy. Abandoning it feels like admitting failure. So they defend the plan instead of defending the mission. That is how sunk costs become strategic blindness. Clausewitz's world offers a brutal correction. Plans belong to theory. Reality belongs to the battlefield. The leader who becomes emotionally attached to the original plan has already surrendered flexibility. And now comes the strange part. Sometimes losing the plan is the moment when real strategy begins. Because when the map becomes useless, you finally discover whether you understand the territory. Number 5. The invisible enemy called friction. Here is the thought experiment. Imagine 2 companies receiving exactly the same opportunity. Same capital, same technology, same market, same talented employees. On paper, they should produce identical results. But one company operates through a rigid chain of approvals. Every decision requires permission. Every mistake triggers blame. Every unexpected event creates another meeting. The other company gives capable people room to respond quickly. 6 months later, the companies look completely different. Nothing dramatic happened. No genius entered the second company. No disaster destroyed the first. The difference was friction. This is the pattern most people overlook. Power is not only the ability to make things happen, it is also the ability to prevent unnecessary resistance from consuming energy. In war, friction turns simple movements into difficult ones. In organizations, bureaucracy does the same thing. In relationships, unresolved resentment creates it. In politics, institutional conflict creates it. In technology, technical debt creates it. And once friction accumulates, even a powerful system can move like a wounded animal. But if friction is unavoidable, then the real question is no longer how to eliminate it. The question is, who knows how to move through it without losing direction?